Hi, my name is Advait Kaushik and I did a cooking course with Tarla Dalal. Today I have a video in which I'm going to show you how to cook lemon pudding cake. Okay, so for the pudding cake today, we've taken 4 eggs. These are the 4 egg yolks and these are the egg whites. Okay, so for the first step, I've kept the egg whites aside and we're going to deal with the egg yolks. I'm going to add lemon juice, milk, sugar and then a little bit of salt to this mixture before then incorporating the egg whites. So I'm going to slightly beat the egg yolks. So this doesn't need to be done too much because it will be done when I add the lemon juice. Yeah, and it needs to be mixed well before the milk is added. It shouldn't be mixed too hard because otherwise, since it's so liquidy, it may just splash out. I'll add the milk now. So you can either add the milk by parts or you can add the full thing at one time. It's just whatever's more convenient for you and whatever helps you mix it better. So now once this is done, I'm going to add the sugar. It's 1 cup of sugar. This needs to be mixed really nicely until the sugar dissolves. So this may take a while because the milk isn't hot, so it may not dissolve as fast as you expect, but you should just have a bit of patience because at the end of it, it'll all be worth it. So the milk isn't hot milk, it's been boiled but kept aside so that it becomes room temperature. The reason I didn't add hot milk is because since the eggs are, it's the egg yolk, it may just get scrambled or curdled a bit fast. So this has been mixed well. I'm just going to add the salt now. Okay, so now I've mixed the salt and the next step is adding the flour. The whole thing shouldn't be added at the same time because it forms lumps. So keep adding a small amount at a time, mixing it really well, making sure there's no lump, and then add the next part. So I've kept the spatula aside and I'm going to use the whisk because this will make the mixture more uniform. It's going to take a bit of time as well, but again, it'll be worth the wait. I'm whisking it a bit faster, but don't go too fast, otherwise the liquid will spill out of the bowl. Make sure to get the edges of the bowl because the flour tends to stick to that. As you can see, it's mixed well and there aren't any lumps, so I'm going to just keep this aside now and then we can get to the egg whites. Okay, so this is the beating of the egg whites and we're going to do this until it becomes thick and fluffy, but we have to make sure that the air stays within the whites, so the movement has to be really particular. And I'm using an electric beater for this step. I'm doing it on the lowest speed because I don't want any of the white to splash. So you need to make sure that there's no residual egg white at the bottom of the bowl, and you should mix it until you see these sort of fluffy peaks at the top. Don't move the electric beater away too much because as you can see, there's still a little egg white here. So if it's a bit thin, then you'll see it drip into the bowl. I'll just do it for some more time just to make sure it's the thickest that it possibly can be. Yeah, so I think that's it, and you also have to make sure not to overbeat the white. So if at the lowest speed you see a little splutter out of the bowl, then you know it's done and you shouldn't go more overboard because then the air goes out of the white. So this step is done and the next step is bringing the other bowl and then we can mix the two together. Okay, so I have the two bowls together and I'm going to add the egg white to the egg yolk mixture in parts. The reason I'm adding it in parts and not full is again I want to make sure that the air stays because that's really important. I'll just do it right now. I'm using the spatula again and you just have to cut the egg white from the mixture and fold it into the egg yolk. So what I'm doing right now is I'm folding it. Again, I'm doing it really slowly and gently just to make sure the air stays. I'm just gonna add the second portion. Make sure that when you're folding it that nothing spills out of the bowl. This is really important. You want to make sure that at the end of this mixture is as light and fluffy as possible. So I think this looks good, and I'm just going to add the last part. Okay, so we're almost done now. I just have to fold this in, and then we're going to add a bit of vanilla essence. So again, this may seem a bit tedious, but again, just be a bit patient. This is actually the most important step in the cake, because if this doesn't go well, then you may see the cake just sink a bit after it's baked before you take it out of the oven. So this looks nice and mixed, and there's no white spot, which is an indicator that it's mixed, but it's at the same time it's really light and fluffy. I'm just gonna add the vanilla essence right now. At the same time, don't mix the vanilla essence like you normally would. Just continue the folding process that you were doing before. So now this seems to be mixed well. I'm just gonna add this mixture to a glass baking dish, which is greased with butter. Right, so this is the dish, and all we have to do now is just pour this in. Do it a bit carefully. Right, so this is done, and we're going to bake this in a preheated oven at 180 degrees for 45 minutes. After half an hour, just check to make sure the dish hasn't sunk, and 45 minutes is a rough estimate. As soon as you see a golden brown top, you know that it's almost done. And a quick trick to check whether it's done is you can take a knife and stick the knife through, and if you can pull it out cleanly without any without anything sticking to the knife, you know that the dish is cooked. Right, so as you can see, the dish is perfectly baked. It's nice and brown at the periphery, while at the bottom it's gooey. So the neat trick that I spoke about earlier was taking a knife and putting it right through and seeing that nothing sticks. Right, so as you can see, nothing is stuck to the knife, which means it's cooked. So this should preferably be served hot with vanilla ice cream, but if you're having it cold, then I suggest having it with whipped cream. It'll taste nice then. So I really hope you enjoyed this, and please let us know how you feel it is in the comment section. Thank you.
Download the Tarla Dalal app on your Apple and Android devices. Follow us on the Facebook and tarladalal.com. If you enjoy our recipes, click like. To see more of my recipes, click here. Please share your comments. I would love to hear them. I'm waiting for them.